Hi guys, this is Sathik from Troubleshooting.com. In this video, we'll show you how to flag the latest EOS GSI ROM on any Android phone. So it's a de-googled ROM with open source apps and is mostly focused on the privacy aspect. With that in mind, please take a backup of all the data on your phone and then let's get started. You may have a look at my article and for all the features of the ROM, all the apps as well. For now, let's focus on the flashing part. So first off, install the treble info app from here. Then launch the app and go to the second tab over here. Verify shown as supported. If that's all well and good, then only you could flash the ROM file. So moving on with the next step, which involves enabling the first off, get the Android SDK from my article, extract them onto PC, and you will get the following files as you could see over here. Once you've done the extraction, now enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. The debugging is required for ADB command, and OEM unlocking is required to unlock the phone. So let's enable both the toggles onto our phone. Go to settings. From there, go to about phone and type on build number 7 times or OS version 7 times. Then go back, go to additional settings or system. Then go to dev options. From there, enable OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. Check mark. I'm aware of all the risk. For the Xiaomi phone, this is required. And then tap on OK after waiting for 10 seconds. So let's wait for that. Then tap on OK. And with this, the debugging is now enabled. You might get one more prompt. Tap on OK. And let's first verify the debugging connection. For that, type in CMD in the address bar of platform tools folder over here. Hit the enter key. Then type in the command of ADB devices. Verify you are having an ID. So you could see in our case, we are having this ID. If that's all well and good, now you have to unlock the phone. For that, the process is somewhat different. So for the Pixels, OnePlus and nothing, simply use the command of fastboot flashing unlock. But for all the other phones, the steps are somewhat different. For Xiaomi, the HyperOS 1 and 2 steps are shown here in this article. Let me show you. For Xiaomi, this is the article and video shown over here. For both the HyperOS 1 and 2. For Samsung phone, you have to boot a phone to download mode and then get the job done. For Realme, you need the in-depth test APK. For Motorola, you need to find the, you could say, device unlock code, send the code to Motorola. They will then email you the file and then you will unlock the phone. So all the steps are given in this article and also the video is also there. Please have a look at my article or the video and unlock the phone. So for example, this is the Samsung steps as you could see. Initially are the video, then you have all the steps as well. Same goes for Xiaomi and all the other phones. So please unlock the phone. Once that is done, your next action is to enable USB debugging once again because it might be turned off by now. So please enable it. Moving on. Now get the ROM file from this link and extract them via the 7-zip software. So by default, it will be in a .exit format. Do a right click, show more option, 7-zip, extract to EOS. You will get the ROM file from here. Once you've got the file, copy the file from here, paste it inside the platform tools folder. This is a must, so let's paste it. And also rename to something shorter. Let's rename it to, let's say, GSI. The name becomes gsi.img. Once that is done, your next course of action is to get the same firmware which is there onto your phone. So download the firmware for your phone from the same build number, you could say, or OS version. Let's talk about a few OEMs. The first OEM is the Xiaomi phone. So for that, get the same ROM. The fastboot ROM should be there. Extract the fastboot ROM, you'll get a .tgz format. Extract by 7-zip, you'll get a .tar file. Again, do extraction. And then you'll get the following files as you could see over here. Go to the images folder and then you will get the required files. Simply copy the file of VB meta from here and paste it onto your platform tools. For the Pixel phone, get the factory image. Then for the OnePlus phones, Realme and Oppo, extract via the fastboot enhance tool, extract the payload bin file via the enhance tool. Then for the case of, you could say, nothing phones, get the ROM file from here. From the GitHub page, extract it, you will get the files. So please get the file of VB meta img, transfer the file inside platform tools. So both the files of VB meta and the GSI should now be there inside the same folder as you could now see. They are both here. Well and good. So moving on, now boot up into fastboot mode. For booting to fastboot, it's quite simple. Just type in the command of ADB, reboot, bootloader and hit the enter key. The phone should now be in the fastboot mode in just a few seconds. Let's wait for that to happen and then type in the command of fastboot devices and hit enter once again and verify that you are having an ID. If you're not having this ID, in that case, install the fastboot drivers onto your PC. The link for the same is given here. Just give me a second. This is the link. Open the link, install the drivers. Then do a right click on the Windows icon and choose device manager. Then expand the Android phone section. Verify your phone is shown there. As you could see in our case, it's shown here. So this is all well and good. Now let's first off flag the file of VB meta and turn off the Android verified boot by this flag. So simply copy the command and paste the command in the CMD window. And we have turned off AVB. Once that is done, boot the phone to the fastboot mode. So type in command fastboot, reboot, fastboot. Hit enter. The phone should now be in the fastboot mode in just a few seconds and the fastboot screen will vary depending on the phone which you are using. For example, in the case of Pixel phone, you would see a screenshot something like this. But for all the other phones in Xiaomi, this is something like this. So this will vary, but that's not a cause of any concern. First off, remove the product A slot to make some space for the GSI ROM. So copy the command from here. Let's remove the slot of product A. And now we have some space for the GSI ROM. Let's now flash it. So for flashing the ROM, type in the command of fastboot flash, partition name, which is the system partition, file name, which is gsi.img. Hit the enter key. The flashing will now start, and this could take up to around a couple of minutes. So let's wait for that to complete. So guys, the flashing now complete. Last action is to do a phone formatting. So type in the command of fastboot space -w, hit the enter key. It is now complete. So now type in fastboot reboot, and the device should now be inside the OS. The first booting up will take up some time, I guess around 30 to 40 seconds in usual cases. So let's just keep a tab on that. So at least let's see the boot logo or the boot animation. That means that we have flashed the ROM successfully, and they should now appear anytime soon. Let me just see that, and after which we'll have a look at the ROM's apps features as well. But for now, even the boot logo should be sufficient, and you might get a white screen. This happened with quite a lot of GSI ROM, but it's all normal, just a slight UI bug. As you could see, we have got the boot animation. The booting up is now complete. It's quite fast to see, great to see. So let's get started. English language, SIM card missing. I don't have any SIM card. Wi-Fi, let's skip this for now. Date and time is fine. Printer control, skip for now. Next. Pin, we could skip this. Skip for now. Setup, find my device. Skip. Light theme, let's switch to dark theme from here. Much better. Gesture navigation is fine. Create account, not now. I will do so later on. Start. And we are now inside the EOS, the non-Google centric privacy approach ROM. And you have all the tweaks over here. You could see suggestions, my cloud account, advanced privacy. You may block the app trackers, ad trackers, fake the geolocation, get a fake GPS location, hide your actual IP address as well. So these are inbuilt options. It will show all the blocked trackers from the various apps. This is quite a handy feature for us to use. You will see over here, manage my IP address, blocked from app trackers, denied geolocation. You may also spoof this as well. Also expose, so turn off your real IP address. Ball of shame to show all the apps which are showing a lot of ads or doing a tracking for you. From here, you may look at all the trackers as well. Then check out all the stats for the day, month, or entire year as well. This is something which you will not find in any other ROMs. Then apart from that, you could see all the apps over here. App launches for the app store, you could say. Gmail is there, sorry, the mail app is there, recorder, notes, music, maps. I have only issue with the Maps app. I might not trust this because I always trust the Google Maps only. Let me see what exactly Maps app is. It's over here. Okay, app info cannot be shown from here, no issue. Let's see the Maps app, which one is there. Messaging, camera, mail, web browser, camera dialer, contact, gallery, file manager, sound clock, app launch, maps. Okay, it's the Magic Earth. And this is the only app which is not open source, okay? All the other apps are open source. This is the only app which is not open source. Let's see the link. Documentation is given in the ROM page. You may have a look at the Maps app over here, Magic Earth. So let's try it out and see how it works. We need to give it some time. You also have the workspace. So this is the QS tiles settings menu. Okay, over here it shows the numbers, which is active apps are shown over here. This device is controlled by the admin. Okay, not is via the internet. Okay, advanced privacy section, that's something different. And you have this UI over here. Network, internet, connected devices, apps, notification, modes, battery usage, display, lock screen, dark theme over here. Pure black is there as well. It already had the pure black theme, so nothing much change. Colors default, peak refresh rate 120 Hz, minimum also 120 Hz. This will lead to more battery drainage, but it's fine for me. I want to get a more fluid and fast smooth user experience. Tap to sleep, it's working. Double tap to wake. Okay, it's a GSI ROM. I will make it work at the very end. I'll show you how that needs to be done. For now, let's just keep in mind. Then in the system, okay, security and privacy, the usual ones. And in the advanced privacy, you could keep a track of all of these from this section. I've shown you already about the IP address, geolocation, app trackers. Parental controls, you may add the controls from here for children if they are using this phone and ROM. Systems, Buttons, advanced restart is also there. So all the features are there in this ROM apart from the privacy tweaks. Restart to the system, recovery, and fastboot. It's fine. Edge launch swipe action. For example, you may do so and you will see. But I don't use this feature because it tends to conflict with the back gesture for me. So I keep it as no action. Wake device, reorient show panels on the left hand side. Volume panel will now be shown on the left. Access all the menus from here. The theme looks quite nice. The black and blue mixture is great. Then status bar. If you want, you may also add the micro G your Google account if required, but that's completely optional. Status bar tweaks, quick pull down from the right hand side. It's working. System icons, you must show or hide the icons from here. Clock positioning, show seconds. Let's add that. Battery icon style, circle. It's now changed. Percentage is a must for me next to the icon. Slider is there. Then micro G gestures. All the usual ones are here. Then now let's see the wallpaper and style section. In the lock screen, you have the shortcuts on the left and right hand side of the screen. Icons in the status bar. Let's go with rounded. Apply. They are now changed. Font style, because 4 fonts are there. Then change clock color and size. You could change the color of the clock, make it more dense colored, black or towards the right hand side. These are the various clock option. Let's go with the default only for the wallpaper style. Let's keep the dynamic clock as it is. It's fine with this. In the home screen, you may enable change the wallpapers. I don't think, okay, there are various wallpapers as you could see. These looks quite nice. Let's say this one. This is something new and great. This one as well. So wallpapers are somewhat great to see. There are some interesting ones which I haven't seen anywhere. Let's keep this one for both the home and the screen and the wall screen. And it's now set up. Icon we have seen. Icon shape is something new. Let's go with the pebble. Apply. And it's now applied. Okay, a slight UI bug can be seen over here. Let me lock it, unlock it. You could see the bottom bar is shown from a different wallpaper. Maybe doing a UI OS restart might fix the issue. You could see it's not over here. A UI restart might fix it, but currently there's no option to do a UI restart. The only way is to do a OS restart, which will take a lot of time. Let's skip this for now. But I'll see that. Okay, talking about the other features. System updates, OTA is here. You can install the OTA from this section. Qualcomm tweaks for the chipsets. Xiaomi setting. This is for your OEM specific. Mine is Xiaomi, so double tap to wake. Let's try it out now. Xiaomi settings from over here. Tap to sleep, double tap to wake is now working as you could see. Then those settings, display, force refresh rate, and always allowed AOD should be on all times. UI tweaks which we have seen just now. FOD icon color, let's keep it default only. Then okay, you may do a UI restart from this section, but it requires root. I don't know why, so that's not possible for now. Audio tweaks can be enabled from this section. IMS settings, so if the, let's say, calling is not working, in that case please first of all install the IMS APK, then request IMS network, then enable both the toggles, do a restart, then type in the command *# 4636 #*, and then go to phone information. Then from the drop down list choose the voice over NR, voice over LTE. You will get the calling fix. All the tweaks are given in my article as well. Just give me a second, I'll show you. GSI. Go to my GSI article. I will link this in the video description as well. And scroll down to the very end. You will see the how to fix all the GSI issues. Fix various issues. Let's go with this is my article. Let's open this, and you could see from this article whether issues the 5G SMS, Bluetooth calls, 90 Hz, fingerprint, brightness, wake to sleep, WhatsApp, increase brightness. All of issues can be fixed from here only. So you may have a look at that. In camera tweaks, you may enable camera 2 API HL3 if you're using a Gcam. In that case, you enable that. Some senior tweaks, these are advanced level tweaks. Only enable that if you know what you are doing, or else they might lead to some more issues. So please skip this. This is also advanced level tweaks. So guys, I guess that's all from this video. The only issue I could see right now is the wallpaper issue. You could see they are in overlap, but that's a minor one. I could change the wallpaper and then I guess issue will be fixed. We have the files app as well, which is quite nice. So guys, if you have any query with regard to the flashing steps, or you want to know any of the ROM's features as well, let me know in the comment section. And thanks a lot for watching the video.